Welcome to Diecast episode 23.
Okay, so before we jump into the actual episode, I'm going to do a quick recap of why the heck these three adventurers are going after the Cult of the Dragon. If we go all the way back to the beginning of the adventure, they had wandered into Greenest, the town of Greenest, and stopped a kobold and bandit raid on this town. They happened to be there because they decided to leave the Desserin Valley before after losing some teammates, and they just didn't want to put up with the elemental nonsense going on there. So they kind of bumbled from one adventure into another. And the reason that they were headed to Greenest is because Cezzaria had heard rumors of dragon masks. And of course, when they show up, the dragon masks, if they were ever there, are probably all gone by the burglars and bandits that had plundered the region. Along the way, Leaky lost his hammer, his dwarven thrower, and Cezzaria's magic weapon that was recovered from the water temple in the Desserin Valley was destroyed. Now the sword was eventually rebuilt, but Leaky's hammer is still MIA. We know that Rezimir, who is the head of the dragon cult, still has it.
We also found out that Leaky was not strong enough to give me my dragon egg.
Right, but Korri probably was. So
Korri wasn't with us at that time, though.
I know. Yeah, well.
That's why Korri's my new favorite.
I'm stronger than Korri.
I don't care.
It's gonna be
You tried and you failed. Therefore,
leverage. It's leverage, buddy.
Korri could end up being her Flint. We don't know.
It's true.
So
she could carry my dragon egg.
After the dragon cult fled north because Leaky and Cezzaria came a-knocking not once but twice, they pursued them, and that's how they ended up on the wagons and how they ended up in Waterdeep, where they ran into the aftermath of Robert Gray stalking the sewers and eating children. And
that seems like that was a long time ago.
It was a long time ago. We're hedging on a year of this campaign.
Yeah.
So
yeah, we're pretty close.
In fact, when we started recording it to begin with, I was having an allergy attack that day. You remember that?
I think so.
Yeah.
Which means last spring.
It was last spring that we started this. So eventually we have come to Carnath Roadhouse, and that's about where we left off in the last couple episodes. We know now that the Dragon Cult is shipping their goods in secret to Castle Naerytar, which is right where we left off. You have enlisted the aid, or maybe have been enlisted to aid, the Lizardfolk clan of the Scaly Death by Snapjaw, who wants to rid the castle of bullywugs and is not real happy about the way that his people are being treated at the castle. Everybody all caught up in that point?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay. There are three modes of ingress into the castle. You could go up to the front gate and pose as cultists. These are suggestions that Lizardfolk are giving you as you guys squat in the mud and talk this over. You could climb the northwest tower, the third level. Part of it has broken in and is crumbled in, so that is a possible point of ingress. Or you could attempt to breach through the northeast tower, which is basically a garbage dump, but there is a breach in the stones on ground level. Either way, unless you go through the Barbican, the main gate, you're going to need to cross a moat, which the lizard folk say has crocodiles in it. Okay?
Leaky likes garbage.
It's true. In the past, Leaky has been known as the king of the garbage.
Damn it, you stole it from me!
Language!
You're just laughing. I didn't know if you're ever going to get around to it or if you're going to stop choking.
I was waiting for you to finish talking.
You want to say what you're going to say?
Actually, I think last time we had decided to go that way. Is that why? Tell me why you were the king of the garbage.
Because I fought over trash!
When?
When we were playing with the dragon eggs, I believe.
Yeah, it was in the cave with the dragon eggs.
So Korri was confused in this case because Korri was not there for that.
No. Leaky votes the trash because he hit King of the Garbage!
You're welcome.
So you can go into the ground floor. That's okay. You are going to need to deal with the moat. The lizard folk say that they can probably get you disguised as cultists if you can give them a night, or if you want to ambush some of the outgoing cultists to go out to forage and to do other tasks outside the castle. You could lay the ambush if you want. It's up to you. Or you could investigate the castle from the exterior. I can give you some feature descriptions and stuff like that. So we are beginning, I guess, the assault or siege or infiltration of Castle Naerytar. And this should be a big dungeon crawl.
I don't think Korri can pass as a cultist. I think that's what we decided last time.
Yeah, that would make sense. That would be a lot of persuasion.
Yeah, well, also, I'm like 7 or 8 feet tall. We never actually decided an exact amount, but I'm a lot bigger than most other people.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
I don't think there are any dwarf cultists. So...
There are.
Oh, there are.
Yes.
But
there
how
are
do they
dwarf
know that
cultists.
she's not just came from a faraway land to worship the dragons because they didn't have the dragon worshiper people in her land?
The other side, too, is the paladin and me might have a hard time pretending to forsake my god and become part of the dragon cultists.
And
Yeah, true.
on top of that, aren't the Goliaths like sworn enemies of the dragons?
They're giant kin, and the giants are the ancestral enemies of dragons.
So yeah, I don't think that's gonna work.
So we're just gonna go in and butcher them.
You could kick the door in, or you could try to sneak around.
We'll
I
sneak
mean,
around
as
and
all
then
things
murder
go,
everybody
this
we
is a
see.
fairly stealthy party. So,
Actually, I'm the least stealthy of them all, but that's okay.
but that makes sense.
You are 7 feet tall.
Yeah, my
So
stealth is
we'll
negative
try
one.
and sneak in and then just...
Through the garbage.
We'll go through the garbage. Calm down before I cut your tongue out, Leaky.
He's gonna be picking up pocketfuls as we go through, just shoving it in there.
What smells like crap? Oh, wait.
Okay,
You can disguise as a pile of garbage.
are there any other questions about the castle that you have going in? You've got a small troop of sympathetic lizard folk whose stated objective, again, is to drive the bullywugs out, probably to kill them all at this point, to drive them out of Castle Naerytar. They're loyal to the Cult of the Dragon, but they're willing to bend a little bit on this because they hate the bullywugs.
And I am mother of frogs.
Is Leaky wants to know if Rezmir's in the castle. The black half dragon.
They say they're not sure if he's there now, but he comes and goes fairly often. The castle is under the control of, they call him Born Grey, and they say he's a half-elf. Some of them say, like, sweet meats, and others are like, nah, it's too lean. It's just not tasty enough. Gamey. Half-elf is gamey. So, this begins a lizard folk bickering, but it mostly just sounds like a bunch of whispers.
What was this? Gray?
Born Grey.
Born?
Dalmor or Born Grey?
Borden?
Born Grey.
Oh, born.
Like baby.
And then the color.
Hatched. Babies are hatched, is what the lizard folk say.
I heard Borden Gray.
I pat Snapjaw on the head and say, there, small thing. There.
His frill, like, wiggles.
That's the sound it makes. I don't know. I felt
Any
like...
other questions that you guys have going in?
Have they seen a heavy hammer?
They have.
Where?
Well, it's usually with Rezmir. Rezmir, they see it, her carrying it around. They don't really, they're like hammers, though. We've got hammers in the forge, too.
I don't want the forge hammers.
Oh.
I want the one Rezmir has.
Well, that's good, because those are their hammers. Any other questions?
No, I'm just waiting for the screaming to start from Leaky.
Leaky's going to compose himself for now.
He's not angry yet. He's stealthy.
Nor is
No,
he joyous.
no.
Stealth.
So, do you have, like, echolocation or, like, a beeper so that way when you get so close, it's just like beep, 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 beep when you get too close?
No.
Maybe you should have that installed.
For what?
So, in case you lose it again.
I guess it's like a blood pressure monitor at that point, so we can tell when it's about to hit the fan. Oh no. What's that sound?
Calm down, Banner. Banner, calm down. Deep breaths. Anyway.
Okay, so no other
moving on.
questions?
No other questions.
All
Do
right.
we have a long rest?
Yeah, do you want to wait into the night to do this?
Yes.
Because right now it's kind of like morning, so why don't
Yes.
we do a long rest? All right. So you guys are on the other side of a small stream that runs and feeds the moat. So you're out of sight of the castle, other than being able to see it over the treetops. So if you want a long rest during the day, then we'll be able to sneak in at night.
Okay, sounds good. So I'm going to ask the lizard folk a little bit about the layout of the castle.
Okay.
So what should we expect when we're coming in the Crumble Tower?
They say that it's haunted, and they don't go there because they get eaten sometimes.
When Rezimir does come,
they use it as a trash dump, basically.
When Rezimir does come, where does it usually go?
It goes. They point at the main, big southwestern tower, and they say he's at the top of that tower.
Are there any other people? Who else is in charge other than Born Grey?
Farbleck, Spattergoo, and they all start hissing and waving their arms because they hate the bullywugs so much.
So this thing is a bullywug?
They say that he is a disgusting, vile frog beast who killed their own shaman, and ever since then the lizard folk have been put down and the bullywugs stomp all over them. And Born Grey keeps letting it happen, and Vorag Manethar, honor his name, they'll hiss veneration, has not come down to help them and free them from the bullywugs, which is upsetting because they feel like their revered dragon should be helping free them from these disgusting, vile frog beasts. And the worst of them is this Farbleck Spattergoo who uses magic, hated magic, to oppress them. There's a bit of a political element there. The bullywugs are a notch above the lizard folk because they killed the lizard folk shaman, which has really upset them, and that's principally the reason why they want them out of the castle so bad. They want vengeance. They hate the bullywugs so much.
Is there any kind of long-standing feud between them, or is this a more recent thing?
This is between them and Farblecks, but they don't like magic users like that anyway, especially if they can't control them. So this is between them and Farbleck's bullywugs.
Yes, it'll be time to exert my power as Mother of Frogs.
If they follow that religion.
I will make them follow my religion.
So then dawn arrives, or then the sun starts to
Dusk
set?
sets.
Okay, so several times throughout the day, you hear a heavy, hollow boom, 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 but it's a little bit different each time.
War cries.
So I turn and ask Snapjaw, what is that noise for?
That is the bullywugs up on top of the Barbican, which is the main gate tower from which the causeway is attached to the rest of the castle. It's basically the easy way to get over the moat. They have a big hollow log they use as a drum up on top, and they drum out signals, meal times, that kind of thing. So you hear one on each hour every time there's a summons, and at dusk you hear a ba-bum, bum, ba-bum, bum, ba-bum, bum, and that's going to bring everybody who's outside, because you can be heard for miles around, brings everybody outside back to the castle. So over the next hour, streams of workers, villagers, loggers, cultists doing menial labor get drawn back to the castle. So it is now at maximum population.
It's not great for us.
Or is it?
That
Can we
everybody's
sneak
there?
in as workers?
You might be able to sneak in as workers.
I still don't think that's going to work with Korri.
Yeah.
Or you could bring her in as a prisoner, like Chewbacca style. That just
Yes,
historically
because that worked so well last time.
was just going to get there. That has not historically worked out great. We end up chained to trees and things get stolen.
Naked to trees and things get stolen.
I think the naked part was his choice, though.
No, I still had my kilt on.
Did you?
Yes, I was just shirtless.
Oh.
You're always shirtless.
I could come in as a bard. I could probably handle that part. I've got stories of the faraway lands.
Bards around here usually sing songs.
Oh, I can sing.
Yeah, sing yourself right to the break.
Out of game, though, a bard that crossplays as a paladin would have a nasty guitar smashing smite.
Or they could just use their, or a ranger bard could just use their lyre as a bow. Great.
Okay, so what are we doing? You guys are moving up to the northeast tower?
Yep, we're gonna move up that way. So
Yeah,
we have to
we're gonna
cross the
go.
moat.
Okay, so the moat is about 20 feet wide. You can't tell how deep it is because the water's nasty and stagnant. You
And
know
there's
that there are supposed to be
crocodiles.
crocodiles in there. What do you want to do?
So
Can we leap it?
I don't think your stumpy legs could leak it. Maybe Korri's could, but I think we'd have to have some...
We could
airborne-
throw the dwarf!
No, we don't throw the dwarf.
Then the dwarf is going to swim.
is there?
It is Canon Fodder canon that Leaky can jump 24 feet straight in the air.
But that's not laterally.
it would take more force to go vertically than laterally.
Well, because you also have to
It's a
go
muddy,
up
slippery
and then
bank.
out, not just straight out.
So can I do an
It is Canon Fodder canon that you guys are really bad at math, and I'm usually right. So work with
I would
me.
like to do an investigation check to see if there are any logs or anything that we might be able to put across the moat.
This is yours.
Oh.
Okay, yeah, and so perception checks.
I ended up with a 19.
15.
Okay, so you guys do see that there's like some wood that's been dumped off to the side, and also since you're perceiving, you can smell the awfulness wafting out of that tower. It is a nasty dump. Terrible use for the real estate, but you can also see where it looks like some sort of explosion ripped the stones apart, just blew a big gaping hole in the side of the tower, right near the ground level. So whatever was up there, or was going on in there, like it devastated that tower. And it's easy enough for you to just walk in if you swim the moat. It does not look guarded based on your perceptions. What did you roll?
12.
12? Okay.
Is there, so are any of the pieces of wood long enough to reach across the moat?
No.
Okay. Do we
Can
need-
I
Can I write
Create-
Snapjaw?
a bridge using Smith's tools?
You don't have the wood nearby, and also the cultists would inevitably see that when they're on patrol. And I think that would be carpenter's tools, unless you're like building a bridge of stone, which they definitely notice. So no, you may not.
Tried.
Can we use rope
For what purpose?
to get across the moat?
Is there any?
Are we gonna swing the dwarf?
No. What we would do is you would make it so it's like a tightrope line, and then you kind of shimmy along the bottom of it.
Who's going across first?
We're gonna throw the door.
Probably me,
Well,
since
if I
I'm the
can-
lightest.
Well, if I can jump across, you said Korri might be able to make it.
All right, make an athletics check.
All right.
Can I just write
Wait. Before Korri jumps, I tie my 48 one end of my 48 feet of hempen rope to your waist.
Fair enough. What's your thing, Jen?
Can I just ride Snapjaw? He's a
No,
lizard
they're
person.
not going with you through there.
He's a lizard person?
Yeah, but they're not going with you through there.
Well, that's sad.
All right. So I'm going to attempt to make the jump.
Okay.
It was a 10.
Splash, roll for initiative. Crocodile that Jen thought was a log jumps up at you.
I got a natural 20.
Okay, great. You get to go first.
Okay.
How far away from the edge is she?
She's right in the middle.
So I would say if you guys want to shoot from the top, you can. But I'm going to attempt after I fight to go the rest of the way across.
I don't know what Leaky's shooting from the top. So, all right, we're now in combat.
I got a
So-
dirty
He has 2
20.
axes. One that was slightly less sharp than the other for a while there.
Oh, are you guys joining in the combat? So you charging down the banks and we're all going swimming now?
Or they're throwing,
No.
they're throwing
Okay.
things.
How far away is
The
the?
bottom,
It's 20 feet wide.
Okay,
and she's like in the middle of it, so she's like 10 feet away
she's
from
10
us.
feet away.
Yeah.
In combat with a crocodile.
Uh-huh.
We both have ranged weapons. Granted, I only have 2, but
Okay, all right. So then go ahead, roll for initiative. I just want to make sure. Cezzaria got a dirty 20.
I'm gonna re-roll that because it went up on the mound of the towel. That was even worse. I got an 8.
An 8. Okay, so Leaky's going last. He has a thing about crocodiles.
He also has a thing
not
about
really.
water.
They're untrustworthy swamp logs. Okay. Korri, you're swimming. Your movement is halved and your attacks are made at disadvantage.
How am I able to touch the bottom?
No.
Okay. So I'm going to swing
Okay?
and then use my movement to keep going. Actually, wait a minute.
Yeah, I don't know what you're swinging at.
I'm going to just use my movement and get the rest of the way across the river.
Okay.
Because I have 30 movement speed and I am 10 feet in already.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to swim for it.
Okay. It's going to make an attack of opportunity against you.
Alright.
It missed.
Okay.
All right, so it snapped at you.
So
now it's going
people
to slither
stay.
after you. Okay.
So now I'm
Um,
on land.
No. Oh, yeah, I guess you would be over on the other
Yeah.
bank. Yeah. All right, Cezzaria.
Since Mr. Crocodile is focused on Korri,
Uh-huh.
would that be considered sneak since it's not focusing on me?
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know what's happening.
She's using her, she's
Are
using
you
her stealth
shooting
bonus.
Are you shooting arrows at it?
Yes. Dirty 20.
Okay, that's a hit.
4, 10, 14, 19 damage.
That kills
19.
Good
Exactly.
lord.
That ties its hit points. Okay, so you killed it in one shot.
Good lord.
Care to narrate?
I shot an arrow in the back of its head, and yelled to Korri, "Are you okay?"
I say, yes, I'm fine. I'm on the other shore.
Okay.
Well, unfortunately, you've attracted the attention of several more crocodiles. They're swimming over. The blood in the water and also just the thrashing and splashing in general now has their attention. So there are 5 more that come swimming along the moat towards you.
All right.
Towards Korri or towards Leaky now?
Towards the blood in the water. So they're
So,
curious.
kind of, sort of towards Korri.
Generally towards you, yeah.
Okay.
So what do you want to do? You got five
So it's
big
technically-
crocodiles.
So
in
do
the
they come in at the end of the initiative line now?
Huh?
So does Leaky get to go before they go?
Yeah. So that would be Leaky's turn.
Okay.
So what do you want to do?
I'm gonna ready a hand axe.
Okay, to do what?
If they get near Korri to throw.
Because
Okay.
I'm on land, so he won't lose him forever.
Pretty much.
She can pick him up and throw him
Unless,
back.
unless it's a critical fail, just go right to the bottom of the moat. Okay.
Well,
So
we
that
do
makes
still
it-
have the rope that's
It
tied to
makes it their
Korri.
turn.
The rope is still tied
Yeah,
to
they're,
Korri.
well, they're parking themselves in the way. They're ready
Okay.
for a meal. The way that like crocodiles will watch a meal for hours.
So why don't we tie off our end of the rope?
Because we don't know where she's gonna tie it off yet. I don't want to tie it off, and then we're like 6 inches too short.
So
Do we need-
Are they coming out of the water towards me or no?
No, they're sitting in the middle. They're floating and roaming the way that crocodiles roam.
Do
for
we
food.
honestly need
Okay.
to tie it off? It's attached to a giant.
We still need to tie it off on our end.
Okay, so why don't you guys tie it off on your end? At this point, they're not coming out of the water, so we might be able to get you guys across.
Yeah, but then
Are you gonna?
it's gonna bite
Why don't you find something solid
All
to
right.
tie it to?
So I'll do an investigation check.
Okay.
But then on the same token, when we climb over...
6.
There is nothing to anchor it to on that side.
Okay, so it's gonna be me.
No stumps, no trees. Everything was cleared out to like 50 feet away from the moat. So
All right, so it's just me, guys.
What are we gonna? So that makes it Cezzaria's turn.
You guys have to anchor it on your side.
Let's see... 22.
it's a
Right.
great investigation. You learn all about the bank. You find an endangered species that only has 22 members left, special snails. We call them the Naerytar snail. Unfortunately, again, it's 50 feet away from the bank. There's nothing to anchor that rope to. I was hoping you guys would have asked that beforehand, but... So
So I guess
Cezzaria is the
Here we go.
lightest amongst you. I guess the two of you could anchor the ropes and let her run across.
I thought Leaky was lighter than me. I'm
No.
taller, but he's
No,
beefy.
he's 4'11" of beef, steak, and heavy sodden kilt. So, and you're an elf, and we all know that elves can run on snow and see things with their elf eyes. So,
Is there any way for me to stab it into the building?
it's a rope.
I mean, like, if I had something to tie to, could
No,
I use, like...
it's not far. It's too far.
Okay.
You guys didn't ask what distance. It's just like tie the rope to her, jump.
Well, no. To be fair, she was gonna jump before the rope was even tied to her.
So the episode title is a well executed plan.
The best plans of men often go awry.
Okay, so what do you guys want to do? You want to try
I
jumping
do
up-
have an acrobatics of
jumping over.
11.
Okay. So we could. I mean, you could try to do the acrobatics to run across the rope. That is the most literal use of the word of that skill I think we've had.
All right.
So you're gonna... Yeah, but then how are you gonna get across?
He's going to have to jump for it.
You
Leaky's
two.
gonna wrestle with them gators.
We
Well,
can
you
pull
two.
him.
I was gonna say you two could like pull me across very quickly.
Yeah, so maybe it would be like a... At that point, it would be like a luck check almost. I don't even think there is such a thing.
strength check?
Just like of how whether or not they are able to get him as an attack of opportunity as he goes across the...
Granted, he has enough health for 4 people.
Yeah, so I say we do that. We'll see if they can do an attack of opportunity against you.
Okay. Is this how you envision this going?
Oh, I thought it would take like 2 minutes.
All right, so Jen, do your acrobatics check.
Wait.
We're assuming that Leaky has anchored himself
Yeah.
because
Yes.
he understands the danger here. Otherwise, she's running down a slack rope, which is another good episode.
23.
Okay, so you scoot across the rope, and they jump up and lunge and snap at you, but you're all right. They don't hit you. So
All right,
you're
Korri.
safely on the other side of the bank near the stinky tower.
All right, so you're gonna tie it around your waist.
It's already tied around my waist.
All right.
You didn't wait at all for that. Can you please explain to me what you're expecting to happen here?
So in theory, what's happening is I'm gonna pull the rope really hard.
So this is where Leaky becomes chum. This is the dumbest plan you've ever had. I love it. So there are 5 gators in the way. They get to roll 5 attacks of opportunity, is
That
my
depends.
understanding here?
I think that I'm going to argue that depending on if I do a strength roll, how well I do on it is how many of those gators get a chance to actually snap at him.
No, because gravity is still in function no matter what you guys wish and dream for. He's going to go right through the water. He's water skiing.
What if he jumps on some of their backs?
We can try. I guess he could make an athletics check.
Wouldn't that be acrobatics?
No, it would be athletics. Because it's using your body to do something, not performing a stunt, right?
It could be either or.
Listen, I'll leave it up to you. Because I think your score is the same. So I think it's... Oh, it's not?
No.
All right, make your argument then.
My athletics is better.
Oh, okay. Whatever, if you want it to be terribly wrong.
I was trying to play devil's advocate here.
You don't need to play devil's advocate. You guys are already the devil, so...
All right. So, Korri, why don't you roll your strength check to see how...
How good of a
Once
pull?
she does this, she's committed. The score is the score.
Now,
Okay.
We're not
If
going
I
to re-roll
help-
for a second tug and then she drags you face
If
first.
I
in the
help,
mud.
can we put our strength
Yes,
scores
you can-
together?
Yes, that would be a great use for help.
So I roll.
Wouldn't
So she
be
has
able to roll?
advantage.
I was going to say, she'd be able to roll with advantage. You don't roll anything. She just rolls with advantage.
Also, if anybody doesn't have an inspiration dice at this point, now we all get them.
I also have... I have something else if this goes horribly wrong. I get disadvantage or advantage? Is that what we're
You
going
get advantage.
Okay. So 13 plus 5, so 18.
We'll call that enough to drag him across. Are you going to roll your thing to see how you fare on your end?
Yes.
We're creative.
You're creative, but you make your own problems.
So that's a 14.
Okay. Do you care to narrate what you do as you successfully cross the thing? I'm going to have them make a couple snaps at you. So the first one jumps right up at you as you come. What are you doing?
You know, like the cartoons where they're...
Running across the backs of alligators?
Yeah, running across the backs of alligators.
All right, the first one rolled a 23,
Oh, God.
and
It
he
bites
did
you.
8 damage.
Ow.
And it's going to try to grapple you with those big, long jaws. So real quickly, make a strength DC 12 check.
Is it a save?
Yeah.
11.
Wait.
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 Wait. What do you mean wait?
If you when he makes a saving throw, he gets I can do it once per. Actually, it doesn't even say once per anything. So creatures near me can add my charisma modifier to their roll.
Okay, so let's work Tyr into this somehow.
So as he runs, I say, "Oh, Tyr, save the poor dwarf!" And as that happens, he gets a +5. I think.
Okay, so
Wait,
you're...
actually, before I say +5, let me make sure it's the case. A +4 to his roll.
Okay, so that's enough to allow you to escape the jaws of this crocodile, which is a rather Tyr-like moment, except it's your foot, not your hand. The second one's going to make its throw. It misses. So what do? It lunged at you, but it missed with its
I step
bite.
on its nose.
Step on its nose. Third one misses.
Step on the back of its head.
Fourth one misses.
On its back.
And the fifth one misses.
Tail.
He made it across the bank.
Minimal damage.
With minimal damage. Okay, so they thrash and they're very mad, but you can either exact your wrath upon them now, or you can just leave them where they are. 'Cause
We'll
they have
just
a
leave
pitiful
them.
existence. Okay.
Live in the glory.
So Travis, as a DM, what would have been the easy way? Swim across the moat.
Sneak across the moat. Go get some wood from the forest.
I checked for wood. You said there was anything long enough.
I didn't. Yeah, you asked if there were any like beached logs in the moat. Like they just left a ready-made, quick bridge for you. Or I mean, you could have just gone to the Barbican, or I don't know. But having one member run across the water with that's not what I envisioned. So it doesn't matter what I envisioned because again, I'm not in control. I'm the victim. I'm chained to the table.
But in fairness, how that played out is very, very diecast.
It's very diecast. You guys solved the problem just in the most complex and convoluted way possible.
Well, we crossed the moat.
So, this tower, it's 45, 50 feet tall, the big dressed stone, but again, there's that big wound in the side from where it was detonated. And you can easily walk right through that. But here's the thing. There must have been a wooden floor in this tower when it was built to cover the dungeon pit beneath it. And now that floor is gone, and the dungeon has been turned into a garbage dump and latrine filled with foul-smelling waste and swamp water to just a few feet below the level of the doorway. The floor above is badly rotted, and large portions have collapsed, although there is a staircase that winds around the tower up there. Through the gaping hole in the second floor, you can see that the third floor, even above that, is still in good condition. But to reach the stone stairs that circle upward around the outer wall, you must cross 10 feet of indescribable muck.
We should do a perception check to make sure nothing's living in that.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Also, I have a question for the DM afterwards.
16.
I got an 18.
I got an 8.
You're overwhelmed by the stink. If there's anything living in there, it would be a really foul creature to be able to put up with this porta potty smell.
I vote Leaky goes first.
Is there any beams above us that are of solid...
Not on the second
composition?
floor.
Okay.
They'd bring the whole floor down on top of your heads.
Okay.
Then not only would you be crossing it, you'd be buried under it. So,
Okay. So can I take my rope, lasso one of the beams,
yeah.
pull it down so we don't have to walk through it?
Yeah, but then
Is
it's
the
going to be
beam
on
of-
top of our heads.
Not if we're outside and we pull it on top of the water and then we just walk across it.
But then that's...
Sure, yeah, why not? That's a dexterity check, though, because you're using your hands to throw that thing. So you're going to try to bring down the floor. Never mind the fact that the mission was to sneak into the castle. We're going to pull it down on your head so you don't have to get your feet dirty.
Leaky, we shouldn't
She said
do
there's a
that.
dungeon underneath.
Well, it's the pit. When I said dungeon, I like
So,
literal basement
before you
dungeon.
guys
It's
do
now
that-
filled with garbage to a few feet below the level of the ground floor.
Oh, okay, so we don't have to swim through it. We just have to trudge through it.
Trudge
Right.
is the best word for it. Yeah.
Okay.
So before you guys do that too, I would like to use Misty Step, which allows me to teleport up to 30 feet into an unoccupied place that I can see.
Are you going to the stone steps?
To the stone steps.
Okay.
Wait. When you Misty Step,
I technically disappear.
There is a door out into the outer causeway, but you don't know what's through that because it's sealed. Because they don't want this stink rolling into the compound.
So which way do we want to go? To the stairs or
Okay.
to the doorway?
if she Misty Steps
Yeah.
and Misty Steps up,
Yeah.
can she bring the rope? Actually, no, why am I thinking of trying to tie the rope to you? I hand her the rope to do the Misty Step so
Okay.
that she can drop it down to us.
And what are you going to do? Swing across to the stone
Yes.
steps?
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
All right, so I Misty Step. Bam.
Okay. Swish. Now
I'm
you're
really-
over on the stone steps.
I'm really loving my rope today.
Yeah. I'm glad you still have all 48 feet of it.
So with that, I'm gonna. Is there anything I can tie it off onto, or
Upstairs, yeah, you could tie it off to some of the beams. I would caution you to do, before you go up there, it's not stable. So the steps are stable, they're stone, they're built into the wall. I would do a general dexterity save to make sure you don't put your foot to the floor and bring it
Okay.
all down with you.
all right? Not the greatest one for me. I got a 2.
So the beam of the floor that you were stepping on collapses and squawks into the mud. Think of like really gross poopy splash into the mud down below, and you hear a low reverberating like rumble from below the mud.
So there's something in there.
You might want to get out of there.
Well,
Why?
she's above the mud.
Oh.
So is there anything I can tie it to, or do I have to keep doing dexterity saving throws until I can tie it off? To
I would
something?
say keep doing your dexterity saves.
Okay.
Because you're
How
trying to
far-
find a stable beam
How
and you're using your foot
far
to test
away
it.
across the mud is it?
It is 40 feet to the door. The steps are 35 feet.
So this one was an 11.
Okay, and 11 is enough to find a stable beam to tie it off on.
Okay. So I tie it off.
All right.
Are you guys gonna Tarzan across?
And that'd be acrobatics? Athletics?
It would be athletics. Yep.
14.
Cezzaria sweeps across. Dramatic cape flare.
Dramatic cape flare. I got an 11.
That's enough to get across. Dramatic kilt flare.
So I will now untie the rope
Okay.
so we can keep it.
Yes.
So you guys are on this. They're on the steps. You're on the second floor. Do you want me to read you the second floor description?
Yes.
Okay. So this room is in bad shape. There's large holes where the floorboards have been completely rotted or stomped away and fallen into the muck below, and the floorboards that remain are really unlikely to support a human's weight. The beams above that are strong, but those are slick with fungus and mold. And you pass the dexterity check to avoid falling into the awfulness above. Across the tower against the south wall is a single locked trunk. And there's a stone steps that wind up the outer wall to the third floor.
Trunk.
Huh?
Trunk.
Drunk?
Trunk.
Yeah? You are the most dexterous of all of us.
Yep. It is a DC 10 dexterity save to see if you can avoid falling into the awfulness below.
Now, if I fall, you better come help me.
Garbage dive.
I
am king of
I
garbage.
think there's something living in there, though.
Pretty sure there is too.
But your hammer might be in there.
Maybe in the trunk. It's not going to be in the muck.
That's what I mean.
All right, Jen.
Okay,
go
what are
for
you
it.
doing, Jen?
I'm gonna go look at the trunk.
All right, you gotta make a DC 10 dexterity save to avoid falling.
30-20.
Okay, so then you're able to cross. The trunk is locked, but if
Okay.
anybody has a set of thieves' tools, they can make another dexterity check to pop the lock.
Imagine that.
Probably a good choice to send her instead of Leaky, who would have just kicked it to pieces.
26.
26. Okay, there's a ton of copper pieces in here. There's some silver, and there is, sitting at the top, a pair of garish gold earrings that would probably be worth some money if they were just melted down. These are some fugly earrings. So, about 10 gold pieces in gold weight alone, but not in the current form they're in.
We should probably give it all to Korri. Since Corey's broke.
If there's enough copper, she can't take all the copper. I wouldn't even bother. For you guys.
Okay.
There's 54 silver pieces though.
Here, have silver pieces. Now, do I dash back, or do I dexterity back?
It's up to you guys. They could join you, and you could go up the stone steps to the third level, or you can skip it. From where you are, you've got a better vantage now. You can see that up at the top of the stairs, there's one of those like trap doors that open up into the above level.
What do you want to do?
I don't know. Corey's not very dexterous, so I feel her joining us.
I mean, I think I have.
Well, she knows where a solid beam is, though, so I would give her advantage on crossing because she knows where the solid beam is.
I was gonna say the other thing too is if I needed to, I believe I have at least 3 spell slots. I've been having a hard time figuring out exactly how many I have as a paladin, but I have Misty Step if I need to keep using it.
Oh, okay.
Where
But don't you need a spell slot for Smite?
are we on this?
For Divine Smite, I do.
Yeah, you're on that level. So you guys are in Area E. Right now you're on the level 2, though.
Which actually, at some point, I might have one of you guys look to help me figure out exactly how many spell slots I have because I don't know.
Okay, so you're doing an acrobatics check to cross the beams?
Yep.
All right.
Corey rolls with advantage.
Yes.
I'm gonna re-roll that because it was in the middle. So that's a 15.
Okay, so you cross the beams over to the stairs safely. There's some creaking and groaning, but nothing falls.
Okay, my turn.
You have advantage.
Didn't need it. First one was 4. Second one was 14.
Okay, so you also managed to skitter across the beams. So the stairs up above, there's a trap door there. You could open it, I guess, if you want.
Someone should stealthily open it.
That's above E.
Yep, it's latched with a simple wooden turn button.
Turn
Also,
button.
yeah, anything else you want to do here?
I want to put my ear against the trapdoor and
So
listen.
is that a perception check?
Yes. 16 plus 8, 24.
Interesting. Okay, so you don't hear anything above, but you do notice the very faint remains of some sort of chalky rune in Dwarvish.
Leaky, read this.
Can he read Dwarvish?
He can't read. He's noticed
I
three
mean-
letters.
I know 5.
5. Oh, right, yeah. We've continued to add to the alphabet.
I'm gonna do a perception check on the rune to see if I understand, or if it's one of the 5 letters that I have.
I want to do this as a history check.
It's a history check?
Yes.
Okay. God damn. Okay.
The reasoning being it's an old, like, it's obviously old. Once Cezzaria points to it, you guys can see it.
Those are the letters I know.
Okay.
I do speak Dwarvish. Worst comes to worst.
Well, in this case, we're doing it as a history check because that rune is at least a century old.
So if nothing else,
So
even
it's
if
a
he can't read
historical
the
version of
even if he
language.
can't read the rune, he might be able to recognize it.
Yeah.
You said history check?
Mm-hmm.
That's a 10.
That's enough for you to recognize that as a rune that means danger.
Uh-oh.
Or whether or not there's deeper implications to the modifications to the rune, you are not sure.
Okay.
What are you doing it as?
Would it be history as well?
For you, it's going to be religion.
Oh, Christ. Yeah, same
Because
thing.
for you, it's
16.
a foreign culture. 16, you don't know what the implications are. It's
I
a
don't-
rune that indicates danger, but specifically what the dwarves would have used this for, or whatever the dwarvish-speaking people were. You're not sure how they modified the rune, or whether or not there's any further information to be gleaned from it at all.
Can I do an arcana check? Since it's a rune?
We're
So
just talking about a
technically-
letter. It's not magic.
It's not a magic?
No, it's not
Okay.
magic. It's just chalk down there. So
Okay. So you...
So do we want to enter into the danger is the question I guess we're running into.
Are we going into the danger zone?
I mean, are we in the same tower that they said that the dragon tends to
no,
be
you're
in?
literally on the other side of the castle.
Okay.
That is the southwest tower. You are in the northeast tower.
So is this worth us diving into danger?
I would think so,
All right.
but that's just me.
Do you want to ready an action and I'll sneak the door open?
Okay.
If I'm behind you on the stairs, what am I supposed to be doing?
Readying an action to scream danger zone.
Readying a phrase.
26 stealth to sneak the door open. Froghemoth.
No, slot. I've never seen those before.
All right. So she stealth with the 26.
Okay, so she pops the door open very quietly. It hasn't been open in a long time and it resists, but it does not scream and grate as you open it. And up above, you just see darkness, which with your elf eyes, you can see there's stones, and area has obviously not been entered into for a long time. So what you do see are, it looks like charts or something put onto canvas, like star charts maybe, that are stacked around the room, like laid up against the walls as if they were trying to create a panorama of stars. But other than that, this room is empty from what you can see.
You should probably do a perception check.
15.
15 is enough to see over on the other side of the room, there are 3 bodies, like crumbling into dust. They're very old, maybe hundreds of years old.
Should we stealth into the room?
I'm gonna have you two stealth into the room. I'm gonna stay down there until you guys
We'll
get
yell
a chance
for
to
you.
check it out.
We'll yell for
If
you.
there's a battle, I'll run in.
Climb in.
Jump, step. I mean, I'm almost a giant.
Stealth of 14. To stealth into the dark room.
Okay.
Natural 20.
Okay. Very sneaky. You guys move into the room. You're into this like weird panorama of star charts that are falling apart, but they're still attached to the walls. There's the 3 bodies that are sprawled there.
Okay. I'm going to do a perception check to see what I can see
Okay.
with my dwarf eyes. That's a 9.
Those bodies were killed. They were butchered.
Okay.
I'm doing an investigation check on the star charts. 23.
23 for a regular investigation. You see that several of them are still in good enough condition that they can maybe be carried away carefully. But what you do see with that 23 is that there's a swirling purpleness at the edge of the darkness as something begins to enter the room.
All right. I'm going to move into the room.
So
Wait,
you
no,
got
actually, I'm
curious.
not because they might not have seen him yet.
Okay.
So I'm going to hold for a moment.
Okay.
We should get Korri.
It might not have seen you yet, so that's why I'm not jumping in just yet. I want you guys to be able to get a surprise round if you can.
Let's wait and see what happens.
We're still stealth.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, let's wait and see what happens.
I'm going to stealthily ready an attack.
Okay.
I'm going to ready my longbow.
Okay.
I am going to... Is the Scratchy Axe now considered a magic weapon?
I think we said for the intents and purposes that it was blessed by Tyr. It has magic weapon capacity, yeah.
Okay.
So,
I'm going to ready the Scratchy Axe.
okay. I'm going to make a contest against Cezzaria's charisma here. Or I'm sorry. I'm going to make a contest against her strength. And my roll was a 16.
You win.
So Cezzaria suddenly begins to float off the ground and begins to tilt upside down as the darkness at the edge of the room begins to become more and more suffused with purpleness. So she begins to like cartwheel slowly through the air out of control.
I scream.
All right, I'm going to jump in now.
The walls start screaming. Roll for initiative.
Oh, shit.
And I'm going to jump in when she screams.
Okay, I'm going to put you at the end of
That's
the
fine.
initiative roll.
That makes sense.
I'm gonna die.
I also get advantage on initiative rolls.
I'm gonna die.
15.
15. All right. Leaky probably rolled the highest here, given how Cezzaria is responding to that. All right. So Leaky, Korri's at the end. What'd you roll, Cezzaria?
13.
This way.
That
Okay.
works.
All right. So, Leaky, there are 6. They almost look like ghosts, but they're a little more aggressive looking than ghosts. They look like the withered, translucent corpses of something undead and awful. And they are sweeping in at Cezzaria.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. What do you do?
I'm going to attack
Okay.
with the Scratchy Axe.
All right.
Apparently they can see through stealth.
Natural 20.
That's okay. That's a hit.
So 11. Plus 2.
All right.
Plus 4. So that's 15, 17, 22.
All right. That's not a bad blow, but it doesn't really have the full effect.
Oh.
So even though it's magic, even though you've got a magic weapon, it's still kind of like hisses as it goes through. So you're not able to do the full effect against this particular creature. So,
Okay, I'm going to attack again.
all right.
Oh, are you raging because I screamed?
No.
Oh.
I get 2 attacks as part of my character.
Oh.
21
That's a hit.
for 16 damage.
Okay. That kills it. It screams and it vanishes in a small burst of light. The other ones kind of like back away from the blast of light. And that makes it Cezzaria's turn, and
I'm upside down.
I mean, by this point, you might be right side up again. We don't know if you're doing full cartwheels or not.
yeah. So you've moved about 10 feet across, so you take 5 damage from being battered around as you cartwheel through the air wildly.
I'm gonna die.
What do you do? You could try to contest the charisma score to break out of this, I guess,
Thought it was a strength score.
against the charisma. So it's a strength contest against charisma.
Oh. So she rolls strength against their charisma.
Against charisma.
11.
That is just enough, and you snap whatever that weird psychic bond was, and you clatter to the ground. So you're free of their hold for now. They begin wailing, screaming, but
Can
they
I-
sound terrified.
Can I try stealthing again?
No, that was your turn.
Okay.
And
Even as a
also,
bonus action?
she just had the wind knocked out of her.
Alright, fair
true.
enough.
Okay, that makes it their turn. They're screaming and wailing because they're terrified, and they're going to surge after Leaky primarily because now he's a murderer of the undead, and also Cezzaria because she's on the ground. So they reach out these like withering limbs at you, and they're gonna roll to use the telekinesis to slam you. All right. So the first roll was an 18.
Against who?
You.
Not enough.
Not enough. Okay. Second one's going to try to slam you as well, and that was a 14.
Nope.
And the third one is going to roll against you as a natural 20.
Ouch.
And so it does 1, 5, 11 damage. Force damage to you. So it slams you telekinetically across the room.
Ow.
Yeah. The other two are going to go after Cezzaria, and they reach out their arms to you, and they begin screaming and yelling, "Why?" Like that. So that was a critical fail, and that was an 18.
That hits.
And it was 14 damage.
Oh,
Necrotic damage, so you begin to sizzle. And you
need
must
help.
succeed on a DC 10 Constitution saving throw.
Now,
Yeah.
I'm gonna die. Ooh, natural 20.
Okay, so nothing seems to happen, but that is some nasty acid. Korri, it's your turn.
Okay. So I'm going to swing at it.
So you're charging up. Do you have a... What kind of weapon are you swinging here?
So I am swinging a... Sorry. I'm swinging a greatsword, but my divine smite is going to have radiant damage.
Okay. So Corey's bringing the sunlight.
So they don't seem to like light.
I was thinking the same thing.
So my first two then will not have the radiant damage. They'll just have regular slashing damage,
Okay.
just so you know.
Maybe get 3 attacks?
I get to make 2 attacks
Okay.
as a paladin. And then my third attack is just my divine smite.
Only one damage guy has the quote-unquote magic damage.
Okay, I see. I just wish I could make the attack. What the hell's going on?
I dropped it. So the first one I swing for 27.
Whoa, okay, that's a hit.
And actually with that, since I have great weapon, oh, never mind, I take that back. So I had, for the first one is 9 plus 5, so 14 damage for the first one.
Okay, again, that even though it's got a magic, or even though it's a good hit, it doesn't do the full amount of damage.
Okay, and then my second swing is going to be a 13.
That's
And
a
then
hit.
and then I'm going to do my divine smite, which is radiant damage.
Smite. Okay, so bright light suffuses the room as you wail at it with your greatsword. The other ones recoil and shriek.
So my divine
But they
smite,
sound like wounded children or women.
and with my divine smite, I end up doing I'm going to do 8 damage.
You kill it in
range.
one blow. It explodes in a burst of light. The other ones recoil.
Okay, and then that's my turn.
Okay. Leaky.
I'm gonna light a torch.
Okay.
Does anything happen?
No.
Oh.
Magic light.
No.
They don't like.
Okay, I can't do
Just
anything
torchlight.
else.
So Leaky's holding a torch.
It means Korri I can see better now.
You can actually. I'll give you this, since you're not using the rest of your turn for another attack. You do see that the corpses on the ground had their throats slashed.
Okay.
So that makes it their turn. There's 4 left.
You're missing one.
I'm Mrs.
My
Cezzaria.
turn.
Okay, right. She's got her freedom of body again. Okay, so you're getting up off the ground.
And then I'm gonna do cure wounds and touch myself.
Haven't had to do that in a while.
I know, that's why I had to look it up. So I get. Ooh, I get 12 health back.
Not bad. All right, so there's 4 of them. They're going to come after you.
Me?
They're split into 2s. So 2 of them are going to try to slam Leaky to the ground. They rush at him together, and they're screaming, "Why? Why did you kill us?" And that one is a 21,
That's a hit.
and it was 11 damage. necrotic damage, and make a DC 10 Constitution saving throw.
10.
Okay, so you pass it. All right, so you're burned from that, but not so bad that your hit point cost is lowered overall.
I wish.
The next one tries to slam you, but it only rolled a 10.
Nope.
Okay, Cezzaria, one of them's going to try to use its life drain on you, so it grabs your face with its weird spectral hands, and it rolled an 11.
Nope. Can I bite?
No. It chills you, though. Kind of cold to the touch. Korri, they're going to try to make a life drain on you. It rolled a 19.
Hit.
Okay. So it did 9 damage, and you need to make a DC 10 Constitution saving throw, or have your hit point maximum lowered by that amount.
Okay. So what was the DC save?
10 Constitution saving throw.
So I end up with 15.
Okay, so you pass. All right, that makes it Korri's turn.
Okay. So I'm gonna swing again.
So smite.
How many of them are there?
4.
There are 4 left. Okay.
One is right on top of you.
Okay. So first.
This is a relatively quiet fight. There's no screeching, no rolling around, no just blasted light.
We're fighting ghosts.
Yeah.
So 16 high enough to hit him?
16 is high enough to
Okay.
hit.
So the first one does 12 damage.
Okay. Is your sword magic?
No.
Okay.
Second one hits for 23.
That's a hit.
And then it does 11 damage. And then I'm going to do Radiant Strike.
That's a killing. No, I'm sorry. It's not because of the
Not
non-magical quality.
No, I'm sorry. Okay. And then for Radiant damage, we're doing 7.
Okay, that's a killing blow. So you knock another one out with light. The other ones recoil. This time they seem to be burned by the additional burst of sunlight from the radiant damage. So that makes it Leaky's turn. He's holding a torch.
I dropped the torch.
Torch falls to the ground. Continue.
Now I'm going to attack. Ooh, that's a 11?
Not a hit.
Damn.
Passes right through it.
Whiff.
Whiff, indeed.
Or, woohoo. There goes.
That's a 24
That's a hit.
for 6 damage.
Okay. All right. That makes it Cezzaria's turn.
Why, oh, why don't I have my hammer?
Why, oh, why are these things trying to kill us?
That's what they're screaming at you. Why? Why did you kill us?
I only killed you because you were attacking me.
You haven't killed any of them so far.
Burn.
Throwing salt.
Dirty 20.
Hit.
14 damage. With tide.
Okay. Not a bad blow. And that makes it...
Can I back off with my uncanny dodge as my bonus action?
Yep.
Okay.
So you're backing away without invoking attack of opportunity?
That'd be disengage.
She's a bonus action, though.
That's the...
Yeah.
That's the name of the feat.
Oh, it's
Is
uncanny dodge.
dodge.
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha, okay.
Okay, so
It
there's
is a
3 left
disengage,
of them at this point. 2 of them are still on top of Leaky, trying to telekinetically slam him around. The first one rolled a 14, and the second one rolled a 12. So neither of them hits, but there is one still near Cezzaria, and it goes after you. So it comes shrieking after you.
Can I shriek back?
Yeah, sure, but it's not going to help. That said, it only rolled an 11.
I shriek at it. I'm trying to speak its language.
No. It yells back, why? That makes it Korri's turn.
All right. Should I keep swinging, or should I try talking to one of these things since it keeps trying to talk to us?
Kill it.
Yeah.
Kill it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't think there's any talking to it.
Okay. Maybe at the end, if we can save one, we'll see if we can talk to it.
Maybe. How are we going to restrain it? It's a ghost.
That's a good point.
Ghost rope.
I don't have any ghost rope.
Aw.
All
You
right.
got 2 feet of ghost rope.
First swing, I got a natural 20.
2 that you sacked, but never mind.
6 plus 6 plus 5
11?
is
No.
17.
17.
So for my first swing, 17.
Not bad.
Then second swing is going to be... So 19's high enough to hit, right?
Yes.
Okay. That one's going to do 12 damage. And we might as well. Is it still alive?
Yes.
Okay, I might as well divine smite it then. I
And
might as
another
well.
burst of bright light.
So that one's 2. 2 radiant damage.
2 radiant damage. Okay.
Not dead.
Not dead, but
Darn.
close. That one seems to have faded a little bit from existence. All right, Leaky. From all that bright light, they're retreating away from you. They're shrinking back and being like taken apart at their ghostly seams. So I'm giving you advantage on all of your attacks.
Well, are they moving away from us?
No, they're fading from existence
Okay.
because of the light.
They can only exist in the dark.
Cezzaria is learning from the encounter.
Stay out of the shadows.
21?
my friend.
21's enough to hit.
For 11 damage.
The magical weapon, right?
Yep.
Kills it. Do you care to narrate the blow?
No.
Okay. Second strike.
This is the last one, right?
No.
There's 2 left.
This is the other one that's on top of him.
Natural 20.
All right.
3, 7, 12 damage.
Kills it.
Now there's only 1 left.
Driven them from existence. And that makes it Cezzaria's turn. There's one that has chased back and is now on top of you. But you have advantage on your strikes.
It's gonna keep trying to freaking kill me. It's gonna keep. I don't like that die. I don't like that die.
So as you sweep up on it, it says, "Why did you kill us? We were your followers."
Why did you attack us?
Why are you trying to talk to it? Kill it.
Quotes from Leaky.
Kill it with fire.
Kill it with light. 16? Wait, no,
Enough.
17.
It's enough to hit.
Oh, I forgot to roll my damage die. That was stupid. 9 damage.
Kills it. Drives it back into the shadows. Okay, so that's the end of the combat encounter. So the tower falls silent and very dark now, except for the one guttering torch that Leaky's standing near.
I'm gonna go investigate to see what the heck that all was. So 17.
What do you mean investigate? The star charts or?
Like
There's
wherever
no corpses.
wherever the purple was.
Well, it was like swirling around the room and it coalesced into those ghostly figures. So you could do a nature check to try and identify the nature of them. Rack your long elvish memory.
14.
14's enough that you think it was probably a specter. But if it was a regular specter or maybe one of the variants, you're not sure.
I'm going to do an investigation check on the corpses.
Oh, but there's no corpses.
No,
There
no,
were
no.
3.
There were
the
three
three dead
very
bodies.
dead corpses.
Okay, sure.
That is an 18.
So these were women. They were all humans, and they were killed. Their throats were cut, and it looks like they were laid out ritualistically in a triangle of some sort.
That was a sacrifice. That's what that was.
Something.
So, when they did the higher investigation, all we found were the star charts and the bodies in this room.
And
right?
the bodies, yeah. Some of the star charts are in good enough condition that they could probably be transported out of here.
Does someone other than me want to take the star
I
charts?
say, can I carefully take them?
So you can pull them down from the wall and roll them up very carefully. Yeah,
Okay.
you're just gonna want to be careful with them.
So
Is there
try
anything
to
behind them?
avoid water.
No, just bare stone. It looks like they tried to set this room up to represent the sky around them. Okay, so that's it. There's also some experience involved here.
Okay.
Now, you were outnumbered, and out of game, I did use a variant version of the Spectre. I used a Poltergeist, so that's actually worth more XP. That was a telekinetic slams. So each of you gets 1,125 experience.
Each?
Each.
So 11.25 each.
Yep. Okay, so you've cleared the tower with the specters in it. And we're going to stop the episode right there before we go any farther, because this is a huge dungeon. This is Castle Naerytar. And you guys have only just cleared the first of 4 towers. So obviously there's a lot more exploring, looting, conquering, battling, and glory to be won. Thank you for listening, and we will see you right back here next time. I am Travis. I am the Dungeon Master and producer of the podcast.
I am Kyle Newcomb. I play Leaky, exile of the Golden Tur clan.
I am Jenn. I play Cezzaria, the rogue cleric.
I am Lindsey. I play Korri Goth the Kanathi.
Thank you for listening.
Bye!
The Canon Fodder Diecast is a D&D 5e actual play podcast. The intro and outro tracks are composed by Kevin MacLeod and used within their Creative Commons licenses. For more info, visit www.canonfodderpodcast.com or follow us on Twitter at CanonFodderPod, and that's CANON. If you like what we're doing, please leave a review on iTunes, or consider supporting us on the Canon Fodder Podcast Patreon page. And thank you for listening.